Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher, and this is Sweetwater's iOS update. This time out, I've got an audio interface that's now compatible with iOS, and I've got an app to help you learn to play guitar. Let's get started. The Apogee Quartet is a USB audio interface that has 4 microphone inputs and 8 ADAT inputs. It also has 6 audio outputs that can be configured as 3 stereo pairs. There's a headphone output for monitoring, and it comes with a Maestro app that allows you to do latency-free monitoring. Up until now, the Quartet has only been compatible with Macintosh computers. But now, with the firmware update that came out in February, the Quartet is now compatible with iOS devices as well. I've got it connected to my iPad. To connect your Quartet to an iOS device, you simply need a 30-pin to USB cable. Now, if you purchase a new Quartet, that cable comes with the Quartet. But if you already own a Quartet, you can contact Apogee about getting a compatible cable. Once you have your Quartet connected to your iOS device, simply install the free Maestro app, and that will give you all the control panel functionality that you need to use the device. So let's check out how Maestro works. We open this up, it'll recognize we have a Quartet connected, we'll select that, and it automatically opens up to the input screen. Now here we can see we have 4 inputs for the microphones. I've got a SM58 connected here. You can see it's feeding right into the device. We have control over 48-volt phantom power. We have phase switching. We have gain control. We can do that from the front panel using the knob that we have here. We also can select what type of input we have. We can have a line input at +4 or -10, microphone level input, or we can have an instrument input. So you could plug a guitar or bass into this as well. The additional 8 meters on this side show us our ADAT levels. Now when we switch to the output screen, we can see the 6 analog outputs that the Quartet offers. Here we see number 1 and 2, which is where I have this microphone routed. The signal is being sent through that. We can send that to the speaker, or we can send that to the headphone output, and those are separately addressable. We have meters for all 6 of our output channels. Now the next thing we have over here, we'll go to the routing page, and this is where we set up what signal is actually feeding to those outputs. So here I have line 1 and 2 feeding into a mixer, which we'll talk about in a second. I've got the other line inputs that are being fed to the different outputs, so we could set up a multiple output situation. You could have a different mix feeding your headphones than you have feeding your stereo outputs that are feeding your speakers. Now Maestro features 2 latency-free mixers. We pop over to mixer number 1. You can see our inputs are routed here. We've got our 4 microphone inputs and then our 8 ADAT inputs. And those are feeding to our outputs here. And then when we went back over to our routing page, I have the output from that mixer feeding line 1 and 2 output. We also have a completely separate mixer, mixer number 2, that we could set up with a totally different mix, different panning, however you want to have that set up, and we could route that to another set of outputs so it could, for example, feed our headphones. Now both those mixers are latency free, so you don't hear any delay when you're tracking through the Quartet into an app that's running inside your iOS device. I've been using the Quartet and Maestro with a variety of different audio apps in my iOS device. I've been using Cubasis, Multitrack DAW, Aria, GarageBand. All of them will work flawlessly. You have a choice of what input you're using from the Quartet within those apps, and you also can set up routing in, for example, Aria, so you could do more complex routing from there as well. All those apps function perfectly. There's no latency when you're using Maestro along with the Quartet, so it really is a great solution for getting high-quality conversion, high-quality mic preamps, and extensive routing capabilities with apps that are running in your iOS device. Our app this week is Free Guitar Videos, and this is an app that's aimed at teaching you how to play guitar. It has lessons that range from the very, very beginner lessons all the way up to more advanced kind of things. A wide variety of lessons are available inside the app. We've got them in different styles. We've got beginner lessons, we've got acoustic guitar lessons, blues, electric guitar, jazz, metal. And this also connects to premium content that's available on the Free Guitar Videos website. So once you've worked past all of these videos that are in there, and there are a lot of them in here covering a wide variety of different topics, you can then go to the site and purchase more premium content if you like. So just taking a look here, if we go into the blues section, for example, we've got an Eric Clapton style lick, there's a lesson on that, Stevie Ray Vaughan style lick, 12-bar blues, beginning blues turnarounds, how to play rhythms for different songs. We've got pentatonic licks, so a wide variety of topics are covered there. In the beginner part, we've got how to read tab, how to hold a pick, so they really start from the beginning and help you get started playing guitar. I've watched a number of these videos. They're very easy to follow. Most of them include tablature that you can view right on the screen as you're working through the lesson. You can do a full screen where you show the video on the entire screen of your iOS device. So they're very friendly, easy to follow. It's a great way to learn guitar. I hope you've enjoyed this installment of Sweetwater's iOS Update. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll have more hardware accessories, more apps, and more tech tips on using your iOS devices to make music. I'm Mitch Gallagher.